The baker celebrated by creating these little crescent-shaped cookies to symbolize the Turkish flag. They have been a delicious tradition ever since. First thing we have to do is toast the hazelnuts. Hazelnuts, filberts, come looking like this with a little thin brown skin around the nut. If you put these on a sheet like this in a 375-degree oven, just keep them in there until you can smell the nuts. It crisps the skin. And when they come out of the oven, cool them. And then, to get the skins off, just put your nuts in a cloth and rub like this. Oops. This is fun for kids to do. But if I'm making a mess, can you imagine what the kids would do? Oh my gosh, why am I having such a hard time? There. And you have perfect white nuts with hardly a skin left on them. And you can just kind of put them in a coarse sieve like this to rub off the rest of the skin. Look how much skin came off. So a few of these still have a little skin. Don't worry about that. You've gotten off the majority. So these go into the food processor with 3/4 cup of blanched whole almonds and a 1/2 cup of spelt flour. And you can just grind these up. So there, it's all ground up. You have your nut flour, nut spelt flour. Oh, and it smells so good. Let me tell you how nice it is. 1½ sticks of butter mixed with a 1/2 cup of confectioner's sugar. This is almost like a shortbread, the dough. It's rich, but no eggs. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and mix your nuts into 1 cup of spelt flour. So 2 ounces of nuts, whole nuts, will yield a 1/2 cup of ground nuts. Good measurement to know. So there's still some chunks of nut, but small chunks, which will give texture to your beautiful crescent cookies. And so now you can scrape down your bowl, add your nut flour, and your cookie dough is ready. My mother used to make these crescent cookies every single Christmas, and they were so popular in our house. And I don't think she used spelt flour, but they were really good. And one year, 2 of my brothers decided to play a trick on the family, and they made the same beautiful crescent cookies out of plaster of Paris. So when you bit into them, you were biting into plaster, basically. Same texture, same color, same look. We were not happy. That is done. What a nice, easy dough that is. So these are kind of fun to make. And using a small 1 ounce scoop, well, you can make them whatever size you want, but this is a nice size. Just scoop out little balls of the dough, and you can speed up the process by making kind of an assembly line here. Make all the balls first, and then roll the crescents. And rolling the crescents is basically a fat little roll, and then kind of form the points of the crescent, like that. Very easy, very fun. Chill the cookies for approximately ½ an hour before baking. So they should be firm. Now preheat your oven to 350 degrees. The cookies take about 16 minutes to bake. You don't want them to take on any color. And then there's one more step before you can serve these lovely almond hazelnut crescents. So now cool the cookies completely before you roll them in sifted confectioner's sugar. And just put them on the rack. The sugar adheres nicely to the cookie. If the cookie's hot, it gets very melted and sort of gummy, and you don't want that. The excess will fall off if you keep it on the rack. But oh, these are so nice. So now you can just arrange these for serving, and any tea party or gathering will be more interesting with these beautiful crescent cookies.